Okay na po, ma'am? Nakikita na po?
Yes po.
Okay, so good afternoon, students. So stand up, everybody. Miss Kimberly Vasquez, can you please lead the prayer for us?
Kimberly, bakit kita pa yan na?
Ah, I'm
Kimberly, bakit kita pa yan?
oh, hello. Good read. So let's close our eyes, bow our heads, and let us pray. Lord, Almighty Father, we praise and thank you for this day. Watch over us as we go about our home and studies. Help us in everywhere so that we may become children you want us to be. Amen.
Okay, thank you. So good afternoon, students. I'm Berlin and Nahera, your English teacher for this afternoon. So before we proceed to our first lesson for today, I have 5 rules in this class. First, be productive. Second, raise your hand when you would like to speak in class. Third, name tag is a must. Fourth, be polite by listening attentively to the teacher. And lastly, always remember that every day is another day. So now, let's start. Our lesson for today is all about adverb of manner. So, are you students familiar in the word adverb of manner? Okay, very good. The use of all kinds of adverb is important in telling a story. So, in this particular lesson, you will get to know more of the adverb that, when used appropriately, can make your narrative more effective. So, these are some examples of adverb of manner. So, what is adverb of manner? An adverb of manner modifies or changes a sentence to tell us how something happens, such as whether it was quickly or slowly. So, an adverb of manner describes how an action or activity is performed. It is usually answers the questions how. They are usually placed after the main verb or after the object. So in the picture on the right side are the examples of an adverb of manner and how an adverb of manner properly used in a sentences. So how an adverb of manner usually formed? On the first examples, those an adverb of manner that are usually formed from adjective by adding ly, like bad, badly, quiet, quietly, recent, recently. So on the second examples, as you can see, students, there are sometimes changes in spelling, like easy, easily, gentle, and gently. So on the third examples, if an adjective ends in ly, we use the phrases in a way to express a manner. Like silly, he believed in a silly way. Friendly, she spoke in a friendly way. So next, on the fourth examples, a few adverbs of manner have the same form as the adjective. Like they all work hard. She usually arrives late. I hate driving fast. We often use in phrases with like as adverbials or manner, like the fifth examples. She slept like a baby. He ran like a rabbit. So how an adverb of manner used in a sentences? Adverbs of manner tell us how something happens. They are usually placed either after the main verb or after the object. So for the examples, James coughed loudly to attract her attention. She swims well. He ran quickly. So on the last examples, if there is a preposition before the verb's object, you can place the adverb of manner either before the preposition or after the object. So for the example, the child ran happily towards his mother. The child ran towards his mother happily. So now, let's test your knowledge. So, how did the aunt shout? Is it angrily, naftily, slowly, or proudly? Okay, correct. It's the aunt shouted angrily. So, how did the tortoise walk? Is it angrily, carefully, slowly, or easily?
Slowly.
That's very good. How did the music play? Is it happily, easily, loudly, or carefully?
Loudly.
Loudly po.
Correct. So, next, how did the bird sing? Is it angrily, carefully, prettily, or happily?
Happily.
Happily, ma'am.
Happily po.
Okay po, correct. So, last, how did the elephant balance? Is it carefully, loudly, proudly, or easily?
Carefully.
Carefully.
Okay, very good. So, for the assignment, together with your partner, encircle the adverb of manner and underline the word it modifies. And for the second assignment, review your adverbs. Use each adverb in a sentence. So, on our next class, we will be having a group activity and which tatawagin natin siyang team adjective or team adverb. So, be prepared po. So, is there any questions? Violent reaction?
None, ma'am.
That, ma'am.
Okay po. If none, thank you for the participation and God bless.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you po.
Ma'am, goodbye po.
Thank you po.
Thank you, ma'am.
Paano ako mag-share screen pag sa phone?
Tama na yung ginawa mo.
Ay,
Nandiyan sa baba.
sige.
Yan na, tapos next
Yan.
mag-ano ka na yan.
Alt tab.
Kita na screen mo.
Wala. Ay, ang bagal. Ay, nako. Mali. Wait lang, ah. Ayaw.
Rotate mo na lang.
Okay na?
Okay na.
So, good afternoon. Good afternoon, grade 7. Before we start our lesson for today, let us pray first. In the name of the Father, the Son, of the Holy Spirit. Amen. Again, good afternoon, student. Let me check the attendance. Say present when I call your name. Okay, very good. No absent. So before we start our lesson, let me first review if you are familiar with these places. First picture, this. Very good. It is Mayan volcano. Next picture. Are you familiar with this?
Yes,
Yes.
ma'am.
Yes po.
Okay, thank you. Very good. Next picture. Very good. It is Calaguas Island. And this is the last picture.
Rizal Park.
Very good. So for today, our lesson is, let me ask you first. A bus in an airplane. Where did we use these two in the,
Travel po.
yes, we use this for traveling. Very good. Thank you. So I have a question here. When do we use airplane and bus? Ayesha, thank you for your answer. Number 2, have you traveled to different places before? John, very good. Do you recall your experiences about visiting a favorite place? Thank you. Do you have notes or written documents about your personal experiences after the travel? Great. So here are lesson for today. What is travelogue? Okay, who wants to read? Raise your hand. Okay, John. Travelogue are the story of your visit to a place, a piece of writing about someone's experience about traveling. It is a person's it is a person's account of a journey to another place with many personal impressions and experiences supported by images. So, here are the pointers in creating a creative travelogue. First, you need to write about famous tourist spot in your places. Do you have any do you have familiar with your tourist spot in your place? Okay. Give a photographic description. Number 3, mention the ways and means to reach the destination. Number 4, name a few good places to visit. Number 5, mention the do's and don'ts to the places. So I prepare some example here. Here are the creative travelogue list. And I have another one. It's a Paris. And next is the Calaguas Island. It have a description. For any beach lover in the Philippines, Calaguas Island is no stranger, boasting its so fine white sand beaches, crystal clear blue waters, fresh air, And Calaguas Island is a postcard perfect island so beautiful. It almost looks unreal. So it have the ways means to reach the destinations. And I have example of writing a travelogue. Who wants to read? Okay, thank you. And I have one question here. Why do you think travelogue is important to you as a student in every memorable places you visited? Who wants to answer? Okay, Judd. It is important as a student because a travelogue is like a diary in which can recall all memorable things in that place that I visited. Okay, why should you record your travelogue? Ayasha? Because it is a way to remember your travels and the memories you associate with the places and that you visited. Most of us would take tons of photos. Some would keep a travel journal or travel blank. So for today task, for group task, the group will choose a place that was visited before and compose a short travelogue using the pointers we discussed. So we already discussed the pointers and I prepared some example if you listen. For your assignment, write and improve your travelogue. You may cut and paste picture to make it more creative. So that's all. Thank you.
Congrats, Gladys.
Thank you.
Congrats.
Thank you pa.
Ako na, ma'am. Sana?
Okay na.
Ikna.
Good afternoon, grade 9 students. It's a brand new day
Good
filled with
afternoon,
fun,
ma'am.
learning experiences. I am your teacher, Claire, and welcome to the world of grade 9 English. So get your pen, paper, and self-learning modules, and together we will love and learn English right at the comfort of your home. Okay, before the class, I will check the attendance muna po. So kindly say present and open your camera if I call your name, okay? All right. So now, for our lesson po, we will discussing the appropriate communicative styles. Clear po ba yung boses ko?
Yes, ma'am.
San mong
Okay.
unti, be?
Okay. So now po, for our lesson, we will discussing about the appropriate communicative style. So are you familiar ba class with this?
No po.
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Okay. That's why
Yes.
tayo pag-aaralan natin ngayon. All right. Now, to summarize our lesson for today, let me present to you our lesson objectives. At the end of the lesson, you would be able to characterize the different language registers, determine the appropriate expressions expected with a communicative style, and next, to give the appropriate communicative style for various situations, and last, to determine the vocabulary or jargons expected of a communicative styles. So now, before we continue po, let us first have an activity entitled Connecting Lives. Consider this situation. A student receives an academic recognition from the school. How do you think a supportive parent should speak to the child? Would others, a friend or a teacher, speak to the child in the same manner? Create a possible dialogue between the following. So we have here a student to a parent, student to a teacher, and last, we have student to a friend. Okay? Don't worry, class, because this is just an assessment lang. So, parang warm up lang naman ito. Okay? I'll give you 5 minutes to finish that po. Right? Okay. Are you done, class? You will submit that
Yes,
po later
ma'am.
after the discussion. Okay? All right. So, let's proceed to our lesson. And please listen po because after this, we're going to have an activity again. And I will ask you some questions. Speech style is a communicative style which portrays how a language is characterized in terms of degree of formality. These styles include casual, formal, consultative, frozen, and intimate. So we have casual. This is an informal language used by friends in slang, vulgarities, and colloquialism, informal constructions. For example, a, gonna, gonna are normal in this type of speech style. This uses group language, so only members of the group can understand it. Here, nicknames are used in addressing one another. So, meaning to say, class, ang casual is when you are in a conversational tone and yung word na ginagamit din dito is general. Okay? Usually, this has happened when you are in a comfortable to talk with someone, which is you have a casual conversation with them. All right? So here's the example. Everyday conversation with buddies or a friend, a personal message and personal emails, blogs, tweets, letters to a friends, phone calls, and etc. So next, we have consultative. This is used in semi-formal communication where sentences tend to be shorter and spontaneous. It happens in two-way participation. It uses unplanned speech. So, ang consultative naman po is um, professional discourse or yung language na ginagamit dito is more precise. And from the word itself, we talk about consultative. Meaning, you are consulting for something or to someone. Okay? For example, here, regular classroom discussion, group discussion, or teacher to student,
Naghina boses mo, Clareng.
parents, and knowledge. Ayan. Okay na? Okay na kasi yung book.
Naghina boses mo.
Ayan.
Putol-putol.
Okay na?
Ayan na ako na.
Next, we have formal. Straightforward speeches. It is used in speaking to large groups and is impersonal in nature. Speaker must frame rules and process ahead before they are delivered. So, sa formal ng class, of course, kailangan yung the speaker uses a complex sentences, diba? And also, it is impersonal because it follows a descriptive format. Here, for example, when we are having a meeting, speeches, lessons, and more. Okay? Gets diba? Hello?
Di ka na namin marinig.
Siya? Hello?
Naputol-putol, tas nawawala-wala.
Okay na?
Ayan, okay na. Lakasan mo na lang boses mo.
Bago internet story. Okay, next we have frozen. This type of communicative style rarely or never changes. It is frozen in time constant. It is generally used in a very formal setting. This is the most formal communicative style for respectful situation. So, sa ano naman sa frozen naman po, of course, it is when you literally frozen in time and form. It is also has a fixed and static language. Like here, for example, in our national anthem, Holy Mass, the Lord's Prayer, Creed, and etc. So, people, get po. Clear pa rin ba yung voice ko?
Oo.
Okay, next, we have intimate. This type of communicative style applies to conversational experiences between friends or among people who share intimate relationships. It is usually done in private. This is also shows social boundaries among speakers considering their intimacy. So, listen that is when you are having a private conversation with someone. Okay? Most of the time, the language is used by the lovers then. Okay? For example, sharing the secrets between friends, family, or lovers. So, tatandaan nyo lang ito yung word na private, meaning it is intimate. Okay po? Gets ko ba?
Yes, ma'am.
Hello? Okay. Sorry, medyo mabagal yung internet.
Mahina ata
Yan.
internet mo, ma'am.
Do you have any questions about the lesson? Sorry for the internet connection. Hello?
Ma'am. Okay na, ma'am.
Yes? Okay na? Okay na
Medyo
ba?
po.
Opo.
Okay, let's proceed for our task. Identify. Students will be shown some pictures revealing the 5 different communicative styles. So, number 1, what is this? What is this kaya class? Hello?
Di ka namin mamarinig.
No?
Nagamit ka ba ng headset? Tapak mo yung mic sa ano.
Ay, wait no. Ito na? Dito rin.
Ay, sorry. Rinig na ba?
Ayan na, okay na, be. Ayan na, oo.
Ay, okay na. Sorry. Okay, let's proceed to task 2, identify. Students will be shown some pictures revealing the 5 different communicative styles. So, number 1, we have here, what is this kaya class? Casual.
Casual po.
Okay, very good. How about number 2? Intimate, ma'am. Okay, correct. Number 3,
Formal.
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 Okay, very good. So, number 4,
Consultative.
and last, we have number 5. What is this po?
Frozen po.
Frozen,
Elsa.
ma'am.
Okay, very good class. Okay, let's proceed to our next task. We have task 3. Evaluate. Read the text below. Identify and explain the communicative style used in each text. So, I have here number 1. So, please read. So, what is this kaya? What do you think is the answer for this? What type of communicative style? Okay, very good. The text uses a formal language because it was taken from a textbook. So, it is under the formal type of communicative style. Okay, very good. So, number 2, what is this? So, as you can see, um, this is just a conversation between a friend, right?
Casual, ma'am.
So, what do you think is this?
Casual.
Okay, very good. Casual because the dialogue using or slang or informal construction. Okay. And last, we have here.
Frozen.
This is the this is the preamble, right? Okay, very good. The text uses a formal form of vocabulary, so it applies most formal communicative style for respectful situation. Okay, very good. This is frozen. All right, naintindihan ba class?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Okay, next. I have here an activity, task 4, script writing. The class will be divided into 5 groups. Each group will be assigned with a language register. They are to create a script about a conversation that depicts the language register assigned to them. So, don't worry class because this is by group naman po, okay? I have here a rubrics. Okay, criteria, conventions, clarity, and dialogue, and so on. Please read na lang and I will post it naman po to our Google Classroom, okay? Okay, gets ba? You
Yes,
have
ma'am.
questions?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, next we have task 5 again. This is by group also and action. The class will be divided into 5 groups. Each group will be assigned with a language register. They are to create a script about a conversation that depicts the language register assigned to them. Okay? And also, I have here a criteria. Okay. Understanding of topic, cooperation, and presentation. Okay? I will post it din later. So this is just an application dun sa ginawa niyong script. So don't worry, okay? We will present it naman on Monday pa. Okay po? So be prepared. Okay,
Yes,
class?
ma'am.
Do you have questions?
None, ma'am.
Okay, so let's proceed to our next. We have an assignment. Write a speech or essay, dialogue, or story using the appropriate communicative style for the given situations below. Choose only one, write it in your notebook. So we have OFW discrimination, COVID-19 response mechanism of the Philippines, planning a picnic, meeting In promoting new company products, parents asked by the guidance counselor to report to school, community quarantine, distribution of government subsidies, and relief operation. So, okay po.
Yes, ma'am.
Don't worry,
Yes,
class,
ma'am.
because you have a lot of time naman to do this, okay? Basta mag-submit kayo, okay lang kahit na late. Okay po? Do you have
Yes,
any
ma'am.
questions, clarification?
None,
Okay,
ma'am.
that's all for today,
Yes,
class.
ma'am.
Thank you and have a great day. Goodbye,
Thank,
everyone.
goodbye, ma'am.
Goodbye,
Thank you po.
ma'am.
Bye-bye, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Congrats.
Congrats po.
Thank you. Thank you, ma'am.
Sino na po ang sunod? Clint, ikaw na ba ang next?
Di pa, ma'am? Panghuli bagang bida?
Si Kim Carla, nandito ba? Wala yata si Kim Carla. Yan, kaya pwedeng... Sino na nga yung nag-chat sa akin kanina? Yung nag-PM sa akin kanina, pwede ka nang mag-proceed. Ay, si Clarissa na pala yun. Sorry na.
Oh, ma'am, ako pala yun.
Oo nga.
Sorry, ma'am.